Build a Big Podcast, David Hooper here. WhatPods, WhatPods.com has done a survey with the top microphones that podcasters are actually using, not just the ones people talk about. If you go on any Facebook group, forum, you will see people asking, what's the best mic for a podcast? Well, you get a lot of opinions. Maybe these are more opinions. I don't know. I guess they haven't verified that people are actually using these mics, but they ask the people on whatpods.com, when you do a profile there, they ask you, what mic are you using? Strangely enough, the mic that I use, the Audio-Technica BP40, that was not on the list. So I put the other mic that I use, which is an Electro-Voice RE20. Maybe I'm the only one using a BP40, but hey, since I'm using it right now, let's give it an honorable mention. These are the top podcast mics that people are using. Coming in at number one, the Blue Yeti. If you want to get into an argument with somebody on a podcasting forum, go tell them that Blue Yeti is the best podcasting mic ever. I have a Blue Yeti. Everybody's got a Blue Yeti. It's not a bad mic. I will link to an episode that I have done here on Build the Big Podcast that shows you how to use it. The reason people don't like it is because there's a tendency to crank the gain and set it on the other side of the room. It sounds like you're in a cave. But if you take the gain all the way down and get real close to it, I'm talking 3 fingers, maybe 2 inches, it sounds fine. Blue Yeti, number one mic. Second mic, also have it here in my studio, the Audio-Technica 2100, sometimes known as the ATR 2100. It's a great mic. It's an SM58 knockoff, which I'll get into that in a minute. But the cool thing about it is that you can use an XLR input and also go directly into your computer via USB. I use it all the time for coaching clients. When I'm working with people, I want to go straight into a computer, doing a video chat or something. ATR 2100 is my mic of choice. I got a couple of them. Again, one right here. I use it in the studio sometimes. I also have samples of me using that mic. Those will be linked in the episode notes for this episode. Number 3, the Shure SM7B. If you go into a radio station, you're going to see one of 2 mics. One, the one I mentioned earlier, the RE20 by Audio-Technica. 2, the Shure SM7B. Fun fact, Michael Jackson used the Shure SM7B on the album called Thriller. If you heard Thriller, you've heard the SM7B. Number 4, also mentioned this mic already, the Shure SM58. Also got one of those. Every club in the country has one of those, whether it be a music club, whether it be a comedy club. When you think about a handheld microphone in your mind's eye, the Shure SM58 is the mic that you think of. It's a good mic. It's $100. It's been $100 for the last 40, 50 years. It's an old mic. It's still around because it's a great one. As far as flexibility, if I'd have one mic for doing live stuff, for doing studio stuff, Shure SM58 is a great mic. I use it all the time when I'm doing something live. Just did a couple live podcast episodes, one of them in a noisy club with a lot of people talking, one of them in a hotel ballroom. Shure SM58 was there. It's a great mic. Number 5, the Heil PR40, a great broadcast mic by Heil, connected with podcasting from the early days. Leo Laporte used it. Guys like Cliff Ravenscraft, the podcast Answer Man, he was pushing it. Pat Flynn used it. A lot of top podcasters use it. Not a bad mic. I think it's worth checking out. Your results may vary. It's got kind of a bassy sound. Sometimes people like a crisper sound. In that case, you go for the next mic on the list, the RE20, as I had mentioned. It's a great bass drum mic, by the way. That's why I was first turned on to this mic. If you watch Rush Limbaugh, the golden EIB microphone, that is an RE20. Next on the list, number 7, the Blue Snowball. Oh, man. It says it retails for $69. You know, if you've only got that kind of money to spend, I would go for the ATR 2100 by Audio-Technica. Blue Snowball, it's fine, but you're going to pick up a lot of stuff. It's a condenser mic and probably not the best for podcasting. Next on the list, number 8, the Rode Podcaster. I have not used this. It's a low-end broadcast mic, $229 is what it retails for. A lot of people use it. Kind of looks like the RE20, except it's white. Is it as good? People probably argue that it is not, but it is still a solid mic, the Rode Podcaster. Next on the list, Audio-Technica 2020. Not a bad mic, $99. I think if you're going to go for an Audio-Technica mic, again, I'm using one, the BP40. I love Audio-Technica stuff. I would go for the ATR 2100. Finally, rounding up number 10 of the top 10 podcasting mics found from the WhatPods survey, the Rode Procaster, not the Rode Podcaster. That was number 8. The Rode Procaster. I used this once at a trade show. You may be familiar with the Rodecaster Pro. This is where it gets confusing. The Rodecaster Pro is the board. A lot of people like that. And this mic, the Rode Procaster, is made for the Rodecaster Pro. So if you have that, you may have some great luck with the Rode Procaster. I think that's one of the reasons that they edge this thing up into the top 10. The Rodecaster Pro, the settings are already there. You press a button, Rode Procaster, you're good to go as far as using this mic. So that wraps up the top 10 list. These are not the only mics that you can use. My suggestion, work with the mic that you got. Far more important than your mic is you, your personality, your content, having an opinion, standing for something, having a connection with your audience. There's so many things that are more important than the microphone that you use, but these are all great mics. I will have a link to the full article in the episode notes. While you are on the site, subscribe. You can do that by going to bigpodcast.com/subscribe. Hit a button. iPhone, got you covered. Android, got you covered. However you get your podcast, I've got you covered. One click to subscribe. Do it now before you forget. bigpodcast.com/subscribe. You will never miss an episode. Thank you for listening to Build a Big Podcast. Subscribe now at bigpodcast.com/subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.